Hello folks, as you can probably tell from the title, we're going to play a bit of Mega Man for NES, the one that started it all, and stuff. Nothing special about this, just a nice casual playthrough of the game. We'll see how far we get. Maybe we'll finish it, maybe it'll end it utter failure, but it'll probably be better than some other guy's run that I'll be doing a video on somewhere down the line. I've already done the video, but this is after. Anyways. Yeah, so we're going to start with Bomb Man, because I always start with Bomb Man. And always a good sign when you get take the first hit by the enemy, right there. And yeah, this is being played on an actual NES, by the way. The not a clone system or anything, but the original NES that I pulled out for this special occasion, and I'm taking hits like... Go on. It's always a good sign when you take these kinds of stupid hits. Now obviously I'm recording this after the playthrough, so there'll be occasions, you know, for those of you who've seen my... Jesus Christ. Must be pretty ballsy not to go for that power up, but I probably don't need it that much. Yeah, Sniper Joe. Sniper Joes are a little more erratic here than they are in later games, where they have like a set pattern. So now you just gotta avoid the, or maybe in my case, I guess not. I was gonna say you have to try and kill the bullet bill type things, the missiles that go up and down, because because they explode, and the explosions do hurt you like a bomb would. But sometimes they go through the whole way, sometimes they don't. So now, anyway, so nice jumping there. Something to note here: if you're used to Mega Man, if you've never played the original Mega Man, but you played any of the other Mega Mans, spikes are particularly dangerous in this game because they could kill you instantly. No brainer there. But in this game in particular, if you land on the spikes, whether you're flashing or not, you die. You know, no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So I'm gonna go for this extra life. God knows why. But yeah, we're gonna go with that. Yeah, Sniper Joes fortunately only appear in the Bomb Man level. They don't appear anywhere else. Which is funny because a lot of what would eventually be classic Mega Man enemies don't appear all that often. Like Sniper Joes only appear in one level. The hard hats, the Mets, whatever you want to call them, will only appear in the next level that we're going to play afterwards. Anyways, we're in Bomb Man's level, and there's actually a bit of stretch of enemies to go through before we meet the boss. Almost fucked up there. And he's just killed the Susies. You could go for a drop and hope you don't get hit along the way. Which I'm gonna do. And I also do that too. I could have just take a hit and die. Oh yeah, so here's Bomb Man. All he really does is bounce around the room, tosses bombs. He's actually not that hard of a boss there. Like, if you know how to manipulate and sort of like, you know, play with the trajectory of where he tosses the bombs, you could actually make quick work of them with the Buster. And there you go, he's dead. And there's no fancy animation, they just add to your, you know, your point count, your score. One of the few Mega Man games, one of the only Mega Man games to actually have. Actually, I think the arcade games had a score too. Anyways. So anyways, Bomb Man is done. We now have his weapon, the Hyper Bomb, which, in all honesty, I rarely use, except to kill Gutsman. Anyway, so now we got the Hard Hats, another classic Mega Man enemy. This is their most base form. They just pop up and shoot. No real pattern. Now we got the famous platforms where at certain segments they will drop you down to like a rock. And Mega Man literally drops like a rock in this game. This gave me a lot of trouble as a kid. I remember when I played this for the first time, this is one of the pains in the asses that tormented me somewhat, but I've managed that quite smoothly. So now I got Bladers. One of the few enemy names I actually recall with the Bladers. I got Picket Man, so he throws his pickets at you. I'd imagine that would be a much more useful weapon than the Hyper Bomb, which I'll show you why I don't use it all that often. Outside of, you know, killing Gutsman, who, again... Oh, we got a free life. There you go. Now, really, you just drop down the first two columns, and hopefully I go through the gap. Nope. That's the other tricky thing. Now we got the big eye, and fuck me. that was a stroke of luck. If the big eye touches you, you know, that's like a third of your life gone. I think that's like 10 hit points or something. You have like 28. So now we're just gonna blaze through the hard hats. Gonna switch to the Hyper Bomb, and now we got Gutsman. And Gutsman will jump, the room will shake. So you gotta really time your jumps so that, like I didn't do there. And he's dead. Yeah, the thing I don't like about the Hyper Bomb is that there's a bit of a delay. And there's no... you sort of have to guess how long it takes before it blows up, and then you gotta time it appropriately. But that's why I don't use the Hyper Bomb all that much. So yeah, that's 2 down, 4 to go, and amazingly, I have not died yet. I'd figure the platforms would have killed me. I would have lost the first time there, but no. So now we get the Cutsman. Cutman. You know, my mind is rolling back to that one episode of Captain N that was based on Mega Man 1, and they called him Cutsman because... I don't know. So then you go for these beakers, you kill these beakers. Or beaks, I don't know. It's been a while since I had the manual for this thing, and obviously the internet being the internet, some people are obviously... I'm sure I could find the actual name somewhere, but I usually don't care. I usually kill the one beak on the bottom, but I guess I was a little more confident now. So now you got the scissor machine, which you could just walk by, and it took me a good long while when I was in my younger years to figure that one out. So now we got the Susies. Because I'm trying to get that high score for some reason. Even though the score system is pretty much... Actually, it's pretty much just there, you know, for the sake of, you know, having a high score. I mean, you don't get any extra lives or anything like that after a set number of points. Okay, so here's another occasion where, you know, I would use a Hyper Bomb. And God knows why I'm going to use one here. You can just go through that. And that's the super arm, which allows you to pick up scenery and toss them, which is a useful weapon against Cutman. So now we got the bomb, we got slowdown. You gotta love slowdown, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where I go to dipshit film mode and, you know, get the block while the guy's in front of you, and then it slams into your face. Pure fucking genius right there. Sorry. Now we go past the albino Pac-Man. That's what they look like, though. That's what a buddy of mine used to call these. They're albino Pac-Man. Okay, I'll go resort to that. And you take a hit. Genius. Yep. That's why I don't do the long drop, folks. Because you land on the spikes and then you fucking die. And you rightfully deserve it. By the way, that bit, I almost never make it on time. I usually take a hit or so. and then it just go, fuck it, just go onwards. But that's one of the few times where I actually made it. It's all about the timing. So now we're on our way to face Cutman. And his weakness is obviously, you know, guts. So you pick up the 2 blocks. Like so. And you take a hit. But generally speaking, Cutman is actually not that hard of a boss. Yeah, he bounces around, he has that rolling cutter that's like a boomerang, but he actually takes the most damage per buster shot. You hit him with a buster, it takes off like 3 points, so... You know, even if you miss with the super arm, you know, you can still take him out pretty easily if you, assuming you have enough life. So now we get to Electman. And Electman's probably one of my least favorite, well, probably my second least favorite stage. Starting with this segment. I almost never get the, Electman is one of those stages I never go into first time around. If I don't have like a firestorm or another weapon like that, I won't. I stay away from Electman. But that's just me. I know some people could do it just fine. So now you got the electricity, and you got these iBots, which you know, sometimes you could like stick around and kill the other guys, but if you just keep climbing, you wouldn't have a problem. It is a long drop though, so be mindful. So now we got our disappearing magnetic blocks. This one's pretty painless for the most part. It's actually one of the easier block puzzles. Should I call it block puzzles? Who cares? Too late. Obviously, as some of you might, you know, take into account, a lot of the objects disappearing because of the de-interlacing. Because there is quite a bit of flicker. Not in the footage, mind you, but, you know, just take my word for it, there's some stuff missing there. So now you got 2 paths. I always go for the left path because, I don't know why, I just go for the left path. I never go for the right path, I always go for the left, but they lead you to the same way anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So now we got these things again. These things that you can't kill with your buster, but they don't bounce off your, they don't bounce your shots, or it's like you don't get the ping shot, it's, you know, registers a hit still, but... Yeah, I think I was gonna go... The block in the middle you could actually pick up with the super arm. If you want to switch sides, but really it doesn't matter. So now, we're gonna go for that. That is the magnet beam, that allows you to make platforms. You need to get this item. Because, especially, not now, but when you get to the Wily stage. And you'll see why as we, you know, progress onwards. Anyways, kill these guys. You could go both ways, but this one's the more direct route. The other way, not so much. Actually, they're both direct, but you'll see why this is the left way is the quote-unquote right way. Because the right way is blocked off. Now, mind you, that block you could pick up with a super arm, and then you could make a platform with the magnet beam. But if you don't have those items, you have to go all the way back down. Yeah, you'll know I like to take my, sweet ass time with the hops, so I don't royally screw up and fall and die and, you know, suffer a humiliating defeat. And ooh, look at the skills. And ooh, I'm a lucky fucker. Just gotta make sure I'm facing the right way. Yeah, when you jump on the ladders, you're facing the other way. So if you're facing right and you jump on the ladder, you're automatically aiming left. It's a mechanic they also brought over from Mega Man 2, but pretty much dropped in Mega Man 3 and up. Then again, Mega Man 3 gave Mega Man the ability to climb ladders much faster. Which never really bothered me, but nah, whatever. So we got Electman. Electman is a bastard. and he's dead. It takes three rolling cutters to kill a Lekman, but he could also kill you with 3 thunder beams, so fortunately I prevailed. Thank God. Alright, next up we're gonna go to Iceman. And fun fact, first time I played Mega Man, way back when, probably early 90s. First boss ever, first stage I played was Iceman. Alright, so pretty straightforward for the most part. You want to aim for the head when these guys come along, because if you kill the torso, the top pops up and will swoop down and try to hit you, and you don't want that. So now you got the penguins. They're pretty easy to subdue for the most part. A little difference from later Mega Man games, when you go into water, nothing happens. Whereas in later Mega Man games, gravity is pretty much heightened. You could jump a little higher, but here it's pretty much the same deal. No splash animation even, so. Now we got the Susies. Pretty much. We can go for a rolling cutter. In hindsight, I probably should have went for the Thunder Beam. And trying to be clever here, failed miserably. Let's see if we can make that. No, mistimed it. At some point you realize, there you go. You realize I have to kill that thing to not be. Nice little jumping there. You know, pretty. This one's one of the more, let's say, probably the hardest one. That really isn't saying much. But since I have the magnet beam, I could pretty much circumvent that. Try to, at least. Jump, dumped, and there you go. So now we got these platforms, and this is probably the patience and timing is everything here. And also dexterity, because you gotta avoid these shots. Or you just use the magnet beam, fuck all that. Which is what I just did. Sometimes I could do it, sometimes I can't. And then you take a hit from the penguins. And you just make all kinds of stupid little platforms. And I made it. And that's another trouble spot where I would find myself. Another cause of death would be that segment right there. Because timing is erratic. Well, timing is a thing there, but also even with the magnet beams, if you don't cross after a certain point, the platforms disappear. So now the big guy is a lot easier to kill off with the Thunder Beam. The Thunder Beam is pretty much your most powerful weapon. Because it's not like the other ones where... And you miss. It's a pretty slow weapon too, but it shoots 3 ways. And now, we're going to take down Iceman quickly and easily. Boom. Boom. And boom. And there's a moment there where the control kind of sticks there, but I was able to dodge that. And Iceman's another robot master where 3 hits from its Ice Slasher will kill you. Which is the complete opposite of the Ice Slasher you end up getting, because that only freezes enemies. And with the exception of Fireman, who's the last robot master we're going to be facing, doesn't actually hurt anybody. But you could freeze an enemy, you could switch to another weapon, and you could kill, and that's like... That is useful for the most part. So here's Fireman. We got these screws that we got to take care of. And then basically take our time here. And amazing, I did not get hit there. That's amazing. That's fucking brilliant, actually. Ooh, Fry Guys. You know, Fry Guys from Super Mario 2. The Doki 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 one. Why am I using the... You knew... Now I'm going back into dipshit mode. I never go for those health caps. use the magnet beam. There you go. Alternatively, I could have just used the ice slasher, but I could have made those jumps, but I'm feeling a bit lazy. It's kind of cool. You could freeze the pillars of flames, and you could use them as footsteps. Obviously, if you fall in that one pit, nothing happens, because there's nothing to fall through. Which is a bit of a shame there, because you could have made that into a little trick. You could have made that jump. There you go. Yeah, you're better off just using the blaster. Now, this segment here where you have to run across the firestorms, I almost never go through that without taking a hit. Like, I'm bound to take a hit on one or both of those things. So the minute I get a magnet beam, I just skip over it. And this would be a good time to go for that. Oh, shit. No, took a hit there. There you go. You could go for that weapons capsule, but there's really no point. I usually like to hang around here just to sort of farm for pickups, and I mistimed that. There you go. The last stretch of the game. Let's just pick these out with Thunder Beam. And then you switch the Ice Slasher, and here comes Fireman. And Fireman's another bastard, because rapid fire. And probably what you're not seeing is the flames that'll pop up every so often. That went by actually a lot better than I thought it would. Now, Fireman would be the one guy that I expect to take more damage, because of his firestorm's kind of hard to dodge properly, but went by rather nicely this time around. Now we get to Dr. Wily. And Dr. Wily is always worth a cool 200,000 points, as if they mean anything. Because they don't. Little prototype space saucer. And here we go. And you know things are gonna get tough because they start off with the big guys, the big eyes. And all those opportunities I have to just run underneath, I take a hit for the home team because I'm an idiot. Freeze them in the air. I don't usually go for that, but hell, I figure I use a brain for once. This is the usual strategy, just freeze them and then pelt them with the Thunder Beam. But, ironically, learning from some other guy's playthrough, I could have just freezed him when he was right in front of me and just pelt him with the Buster, save up on some ammo. Do I want to go for the, yeah, why not? Yeah, risk more damage. No, just, okay, forget it. I'm not gonna go with that. I don't want to end up doing anything completely stupid. Ah, fuck off. I'm pretty sure if you like you're really. Ah, come on. Just this one segment, I'm gonna fuck. Ooh, okay. I'll take it. Yeah, it's possible to make those jumps, but considering how tight a lot of these corners are, course I wasn't gonna make it. Ooh, crap. That's a bit of an ambush there. Oh, fun. You know, I was kind of hoping I didn't have to go with this, and I usually never do, but, yeah, Thunder Beam could be used to blow away blocks if you don't have any, super arm energy left, or if it's a bit of an inconvenience. Now you get the Firestorm, which gives you, like, a nice little, flame shield. Okay, so I think we're good enough. We could actually continue onwards. So now we're gonna go down. You know, a bit of tricky jumping here, especially having to dodge the missiles. And that was fortunate that it went over my head. I figure I might as well grind. This is the best place to grind if you gotta go for like health. Best place to grind would be right here, because otherwise the rest of the level there's not much else to do. And I take a hit. So you could go with the platforming, you could try it, you could attempt the platforming, or you could just, you know, be cheap and just use the magnet beam. Obviously, I don't trust myself enough to go through with this, so I'm just going to use the magnet beam. Now, this is a nice thing. This is sort of alleviates the pain, because Mega Man 1 is pretty much a tough game. Like, it's somewhat of a hard game there, but you can sort of ease the pain because power-ups respawn, so use this to go back down. There are the capsules again, and you can use this to sort of like restock on weapons and stuff like that, which is a really nice touch. It takes a while, it's a slow process, but I'm not really going to go too crazy with this. I'm just sort of going to stock up a bit on the, just sort of refill my Thunder Beam, and because that's really the only major weapon that I really need to, probably do a Firestorm too, just to get that out of the way. Because those are like my two main weapons that I might really need. Thunder Beam, obviously, for the Yellow Devil, Rock Monster, whatever you want to call it, and the Firestorm just because it's a nice, powerful, worthwhile weapon. And I could have made that with like, but I'm not gonna, I didn't want to chance it. Because then you got to restock and all that. And by the way, that's why you need the magnet beam. If you went into Wily Stage 1 and you didn't pick up the magnet beam, forget it. You might as well just kill yourself and, you know, fuck it. Because you're not getting past that. Unless you have a Game Genie. But obviously I do not have a Game Genie. So now we got the Yellow Devil. There's a bit of a pattern that you have to follow to time your jumps and all that. And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And the times you don't, this is probably one of the more challenging bosses. You know, simply based on the fact that you have to do more even when you got the main weakness weapon. Whereas the Robot Masters, you could just like spam your special weapon right off the bat, you know, maybe evade a bit. But the Yellow Devil's where it's actually the most involved boss fight. And then once you memorize the pattern on where the rocks go, you know, what order the rocks go, it's actually not too bad. You can only get like one hit in, which and the rock monster is actually your Yellow Devil. Now he's a dead devil. And that's a great great victory screen right there. Mega Man is in agony as he took a hit mid-air. And you got the formerly Yellow Devil in the background. Well, Yellow Devil became a popular enough villain to be revived a couple times. They brought him back in Mega Man 3 and all that. So this is Wily Stage 2, and I sort of contradict myself when I did the commentary for some other guy's playthrough when I said there's no reason for you to not be shooting as you progress onwards, but really you just gotta, you know, take your time and not do anything stupid. But you know what? So far so good. I haven't died yet, which is actually a bit of a rarity. I figure I would die once or twice by this point, but no, we're actually doing pretty good so far. Now we're fighting Cutman, and as long as you dodge his rolling cutter and you sort of dodge his jumping and all that, he's actually pretty easy to subdue. Probably the weakest robot master to subdue with a regular arm cannon. You know, on principle, you know, in my mind at least, I don't buy the retroactive, let's call it the Mega Buster, even though the Mega Buster's the thing that charges up and was only introduced in Mega Man 4. I don't know, I'm just weird that way. To me, I always call it the arm cannon or the P-gun, because you shoot P, and yeah. Easy joke right there, I guess. Not a particularly good one. So now we got a Luckman. And I hope I don't take a... Okay, well... If you get hit by him, it's okay, but if he hits you with the Thunder Beam, that takes a shitload of damage. So I might as well take the chance and stock up on that. I probably wouldn't go for that. Look at that. Look at the skills. I don't need that. That's pretty much so it's from now it's just straight down. I'm not gonna go for the extra life, or am I? No, not gonna go for it. And I just use the Thunder Beam to like clear off everybody that's underneath, because I don't feel like waiting. Sometimes I don't feel like waiting. You know, Firestorm right there. There you go. Lots of power-ups, lots of ammo pickups. Rolling cutter, why not? That's a nice kill right there. And I... That was a dumbass That was delayed controls! No, it wasn't. So, you notice that I switched to the Magnet Beam. The reason I switched to the Magnet Beam is, okay, I'm fighting the clone of Mega Man, a copy robot. First instinct that the robot would do, it would fire, first shot in. But if you use a Magnet Beam, or even a Super Arm even, it'll just walk backwards and you could get the first shot in by switching to another weapon. Weakness weapons is either Firestorm or Thunder Beam, which isn't saying much, it only takes off like 2 points. Everything else takes off 1. Ice Slasher takes off none. And he makes short work of the copy robot. Pretty easy to subdue if you got the right weapon. All he does is jump around and shoot. And I say pretty easy to subdue, but, you know, I'm pretty sure if you're first time coming in, you're not going to have an easy time, and I sure as hell didn't. This level is actually the most straightforward out of all the Wily levels, because there's not much to do in this regard. And, yeah. If the cutter goes off screen, of course it's not going to come back. Come on. Somehow I was able to dodge all that. Now, if you were like a careful, or like if you were like skilled with, you know, switching weapons and all that, you could probably stock up on items and all that, but Yeah, because I like to be straightforward. I just shoot my pellets and my peas and all that. And you got the penguins, they'll come in. And then they'll be replaced with the torpedoes and missiles. Of course, if you're running at them, you could sort of glitch the game out so that they'll both come out at the same time and the graphics are all garbled. But I generally don't want to do that because I like to keep as much health on me as possible. Which is sort of why I'm just standing in place, because, you know, just letting the wave carry me to the boss. Like I said, this is the most straightforward Wily level in the game. So now we got the bubble bot who just, you know, roams around the room and just shoots you. And you got 4 guts blocks, which, you know, you could use those to kill those things instantly, but I prefer to just shoot them with the buster. Which, all I really do is just stay in one corner. Stay in one corner. Jump over, you know, any projectiles or the bubble itself if I have to. And one more and I'm done. Didn't turn out as well as I thought, but yeah, after a while, goes down easily and fairly simple boss. But if you don't know, you know, if you just got to learn the patterns and all that stuff. So here we are, Wily level 4, last stage of the game. Mega Man 10 only has 10 stages. And this is also, they saved the worst for last, apparently. If they knock you off, try to hang on to the ladders, because it's a long way down, and the spikes will kill you instantly. Because again, Mega Man 1, the spikes will kill you one way or another. I probably should have went for the. By the way, that's another trick you could do. You know, you just veer off and you go back. You'll instantly respawn weapons. There you go. Like, that's another trick you could do if you don't want to go for that one item later on. Which I want to try and avoid because I want to try and finish this as quickly as possible. So now we're gonna take another hit, and hopefully there'll be some health pickups. Alright, so no health pickups. That's that's gonna be sad. So, oh, we got this platform thing again. And I got a magnet beam, so I'm gonna circumvent. This is another instance where you need the magnet beam. But fuck it, I'm just gonna circumvent all of that. I was hoping not to get that item, but another extra life for good measure. It's always, that basically restocks everything. Which meant I wasted my time, you know, farming that, but... So now we fight Boss Man. We fight Bomb Man. Bomb Man, stupid. Bomb Man, and I'm playing really bad. These rooms are a pain in the ass, though. Because you're at a disadvantage. And, and it's one after the other. And by the way, there are no more health pickups. No more health pickups, so... I gotta get the fuck out of here. Switch. I was lucky. One of the worst things that could happen is if Gutsman were to approach you and trap you in the teleporter. And I've had that happen already. It's not a pretty sight. So here we are, the final battle with Dr. Wily. And this is another one that's actually, the pattern's actually pretty simple to figure out. And, oh, fuck me. Mega Man's last stand. And you hit it with the rolling cutter. Sometimes they'll get... Oh! Well, so much for that, folks. I'm surprised it only took me this long to lose one life. So, if it had to happen at some point... So again, you're not seeing some of the projectiles and stuff because of the interlacing, and I wish I could have fixed that, but whatever. I'm limited by what I've got, I guess. We're done. That's it. Game over. And Mega Man's asleep. No, really, look at him. His eyes are shut. Wily's pleading for his life, surrendering, and Mega Man's asleep. What a lazy fucking robot. Oh yeah, so that was Mega Man. That was Mega Man for NES, and yeah, that was fun. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Oh, really? Fight Mega Man for everlasting peace. And that was before they teased. That was the biggest tease of a sequel ever. None of these Mega Man games are ever conclusive. But then again, that's why they keep making sequels to this thing, huh? So, there you go. Anyways, that was Mega Man. And offhand, I'd say that's pretty good. As far as that goes, I think that's a personal best. I only died once, and it's only at the final boss fight. But even that's a bit of a miracle in itself, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, it was a fun ride. Fun game to play. Glad I did as well as I did. I didn't expect to, but. Could have been better in some places, but then again, doesn't matter. It's it's over, it's done with, and I had fun most of all, and that's the most important thing you could have with these things is you're playing a game, you're having fun. Doesn't matter how good you are, how bad you are, as long as you enjoy it, that's the most important thing. So that's it. That's Mega Man. I'm done. If you stuck around for the whole 40 plus minutes this has been playing, thanks a lot, much appreciated. Till next time, take care. Good night. Later.